Have you ever wondered why, despite our best intentions, we often find ourselves putting off the tasks that feel the most challenging? What if the answer lies deep within the way our brains are wired? Today, let's take a deeper look at this fascinating aspect of human behavior. Our brains are remarkable organs, designed to help us navigate our world efficiently. However, when it comes to tackling difficult tasks, they sometimes seem to work against us. One critical factor is a mechanism known as the negativity bias. This refers to our brain's tendency to focus more on negative experiences than positive ones. Imagine you're facing a daunting project at work. Perhaps it's a presentation that could impact your career. Instead of diving in, you might recall how stressful similar tasks have been in the past, amplifying your anxiety and making you less likely to start. This bias can create a mental block, leading to procrastination. The pain of past experiences looms larger than the potential benefits of completing the project. And before you know it, you find yourself scrolling through social media, looking for anything to distract you. Another reason our brains resist difficult tasks is the concept of cognitive load. Essentially, our brains have a limited capacity for processing information at any given time. When faced with a complex problem, such as organizing a major family event or starting a new fitness regimen, the sheer amount of information we need to juggle can feel overwhelming. Think about the last time you tried to cook a new recipe that had multiple steps. With each instruction, you may have felt a rising sense of confusion. This mental overload can lead to avoidance, as your brain instinctively seeks simpler, easier tasks to manage. A study involving college students found that those overwhelmed by too many tasks were more likely to procrastinate, opting instead for less mentally taxing activities, like watching TV or cleaning their rooms. Furthermore, there's an emotional component at play. When we consider a difficult task, we often experience a rush of anxiety or fear of failure. This emotional response can trigger a flight response. In essence, our brain tells us to escape the discomfort. For instance, think about a student preparing for exams. The thought of failing can create such a strong emotional reaction that the student may choose to binge watch their favorite series instead of studying. This is not laziness, but rather a protective mechanism, as our brains seek to shield us from the potential pain of failure. In addition to these psychological aspects, our environments also play a significant role in task avoidance. Distractions are everywhere, and our brains are wired to seek out instant gratification. In a world filled with notifications and endless entertainment options, focusing on a challenging task can feel like an uphill battle. For example, if you're trying to write a novel, the lure of checking your phone or browsing the internet can be incredibly enticing. This is partly because our brains release dopamine, a feel-good chemical, when we engage in activities that provide immediate rewards. Unfortunately, this can draw our attention away from long-term, more challenging goals. Finally, we must consider the role of self-efficacy, our belief in our ability to succeed. When we doubt our skills or perceive a task as insurmountable, we're less likely to engage with it. Picture an athlete who has faced numerous losses. Each defeat can chip away at their confidence, leading them to shy away from training sessions or competitions. This cycle can perpetuate a fear of challenging tasks that feel beyond our capabilities, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where avoidance becomes the norm. So, as we reflect on why we sidestep difficult tasks, it becomes increasingly clear that our brains are working hard, albeit sometimes in ways that hinder our progress. We're faced with negativity bias, cognitive overload, emotional fears, environmental distractions, and self-doubt, all contributing to this complex behavior. Understanding these factors is the first step towards overcoming them. With this knowledge, we can begin to develop strategies to combat avoidance. Setting smaller, manageable tasks for ourselves, minimizing distractions, and gradually building our self-efficacy can help us face those challenging tasks head-on. In closing, it's crucial to remember that our brains are simply trying to protect us. The next time you find yourself avoiding a difficult task, consider what might be at play beneath the surface. What are your thoughts on this complex relationship with challenging tasks? How have you navigated it in your own life? I'd love to hear your experiences.